Good morning, everyone. Today we're going to be making some beef jerky sticks, some jalapeno summer sausage, and some jalapeno and cheese link sausage. These are the things that we'll be using today. Different types of casing, and the seasoning is Rebel Country sausage seasoning. First thing we got to do is grind our deer meat. I have right at 57 pounds. I'm using a coarse plate, and then we will be using the 5-pound sausage stuffer. Just purchased it. Hopefully it'll work well for us today. And you always need some scales so you can get the correct mixture. All right, stay tuned. I will also be using right at 12 pounds of pork fat. We got this from our local grocery store. They just kept all of the Boston butt trimmings so I could use it in my sausage. First, we will grind 20 pounds of venison. Next, we will grind 6 pounds of pork fat. Okay, so we have our 70-30 mixture. It's gonna give us right at 25 pounds. We're gonna stuff them in these hog casings. We're gonna try each one to see which one we like the most. We're going to put the dried jalapenos. This is supposed to be good for 25 pounds. And we're gonna put our curing salt. And I always just mix the sausage seasoning in until I get it to where I like the taste of it. I put some on the griddle and try it. And whenever I get the flavor that I like, I'll stuff it and smoke it. The cheese, we'll put that in last. We do not want, because when we mix this together, we're gonna have to run it back through the grinder. I don't want it to mess up or make the cheese any smaller than what it is, so we'll put it in last right before we stuff it. Okay, so we started out by adding approximately 10 ounces of this seasoning. And what I did is I sprinkled some on top and I started mixing, and then once I got it halfway mixed in, I put the rest of it in. And now what I'm doing is I'm just continuing to mix it until it's all evenly mixed. And then I'm going to take it and put some on the griddle and try it and see if we like the flavor. If we like the flavor, we will run it through the grinder again to fully mix it. If not, we will add some more seasoning and keep tasting until we get the flavor profile that we're looking for. It's very important to always taste test your product before you get too far along with it. You don't want to go through all this trouble and making sausage and then you not like your final product. Tasting is very important. This is mixing up nicely. It's cold too. Okay, everyone, so we're going to put 5 teaspoons of curing salt because we have 25 pounds of meat. Once your salt is added, mix it thoroughly into your meat. See how red the meat got after I put in the cure season or curing salt? So now you see how we continue to mix it until the fat and the meat is kind of just mixed thoroughly. So now we're going to get out a few test patties and we're going to try them and continue flavoring until we get the flavor profile that we're looking for. So we got our test patty, we got our Blackstone, and that's all you need is a sample size. Once it's done,
I want a sample size too.
you want one too? Oh goodness. We could share. Okay. One more sample size. You had to have your own. We want to stuff this too now. We just don't want to make it into patties. All right. Be back with you in a sec.
After sampling, we determined we needed to add more seasoning. We're going to add 5 more ounces of seasoning.
Okay, so I'm going to add another 5 ounces of seasoning and mix it in, and then we'll put it back on the griddle and make some adjustments if needed. All right, that's the second test patty. What do you think?
I like it.
Okay, so we're going to go to the next step, which is going to be to add the brown sugar. Okay, this is the test patty with sugar in it. We only made one. We're full. We're happy. It's going to take about a 6-pack of these. We'll be done. Okay. We're going to add another half a cup of brown sugar, and then we're going to add our jalapeno peppers. And once I get it mixed in, we will make another test patty. Like the wife said, we like to test our products around here. Speaking of that, it's about time to test some wine. Awesome blueberry wine. Here's the dried jalapenos that we're going to put into the mixture. I'm going to use the entire package for this 25 pounds of sausage. Okay, so that's the patty with our jalapenos in it, and I have to say that's one of the best sausages that I've ever made. So what I'm going to do now is I'm not going to add anything else to it. I like what we have. I'm going to take that and I'm going to grind it one more time. And then once I have it grinded, that's going to help with the mixing of everything as well. After that, I will add the cheese and place it in the stuffer and make some links. So bear with me. Okay, I'm going to try an experiment. You see, I mean, it's got some good fat pieces still in the meat that I'm pushing back through the grinder. But I want to try this plate, and I'm going to put it in a different bowl, and we'll compare the two and see which ones that we like the most. Okay, to give you all a comparison, the first time I ground, I used this plate, and that's what it produced. Then when I run it back through after adding my spices, I used that plate, and you can see it's a lot finer than it was before. I don't know if you can really, yeah. See how much finer the fat layer is other than the fat that's in here now? It's a lot smaller. So what I ended up doing, because I wanted to keep some of those bigger chunks of fat in my sausage so it wouldn't dry out, and plus you'd get a bite of some good moisture, is I swapped to this plate because this allowed me to keep my fat a lot larger. And you can tell that's exactly what it did. And I just wanted to give you all the comparison as the three different types. This is ground once with this plate. This was ground twice with that plate. And then I swapped over, and this was ground second with this plate. And I like the consistency of this a lot better. And that's what we're going to end up, that's going to be the final product that we end up putting in our sausage. All that is left to add now is the cheese, and I'm going to use probably most of this bag. I'm going to leave some because I am going to make some summer sausage, but I'm going to mix this in now because I'm done grinding. I'm not going to grind it anymore, and I'll mix it up one final time. I'll add some water, and I'll get ready to start stuffing the cases. Alright, cheese and everything is mixed in. It is now time to test the product. Check out that cheese. check out how evenly mixed it is. So now we need to add water, because as you can see, it's very sticky. And the more water we add, the easier it'll be in order to stuff it. So what I actually need is another pair of hands to help me get this poured while I mix.
What you saying?
Yeah. And you can feel it if it gets real tacky. That's when you need to add water. See how it just turns loose of your glove without a lot of effort of getting it off? That's what you're looking for. So we're going to use two types of casings. We're going to use the sausage maker natural hog casings. They're 32 by 38 millimeter. And then we have these limb collagen cases. I don't know which one we're going to like better. I like a tender casing, so we're going to do half and half. And next year we'll know which ones we're going to do the entire, all of our sausage out of. Alright, so with the natural hog casings, what we ended up having to do was take them out of the package. They're just packed in salt. We're going to separate about half of these, and we're going to have to end up putting them into warm water. Okay, so now we're going to rinse these. I'm just going to take the end and put it up on the side.
The last casing you place in the bowl should be the first casing you use out of the bowl. Then you will work your way back to the very first casing that you placed in the bowl. This will prevent them from getting tangled. Next, you will spread the end of the casing. Then you will take it and continue to dip it into the warm water until you can flush water throughout the entire casing. Our stuffer is full and the casings are clean. We can now put our casing on the horn. Remember to work backwards from the way you place the casings in the bowl.
Okay, so at the end of this, I went ahead and made sure that I had the air where I can let the air escape. And I'm going to give my stuffer a few cranks. You can see the meat coming down the horn. That's just letting the air out of it. And then I'm going to take it and then try to tie a knot in it. Alright, I had to get some assistance from my wife to tie the end. So here we go. Stuffing our first sausage. Then when you get to the end, stop and just back up on your crank.
We are now swapping over to the collagen casings. They are a lot easier to get on the horn. Another set of hands makes this process a lot easier.
This is what we have so far. We've still got a little bit over there ground up ready to.
There we go. Alright, that's everything for today. Collagen casings and hog casings. We'll put it on the smoker tomorrow and see which one we like the best. Okay, this is what we were able to process yesterday before we had to go to a band concert. So this morning we're going to go ahead and get this on the smoker. We put it in the refrigerator overnight. So better stay with us. And while we are smoking this, we're going to work on making some summer sausage. One thing you need to do before you put this on the grill is to pop any air pockets that you may see. And I just use a sharp knife with a sharp tip point. And just put a little prick in it to let the air out of it.
And I'll do this again once I get it on the grill, because I'll find some other areas that need the air let out of it. This allows the casing to stick to the meat. So since I have so much sausage, I'm going to smoke some on my Kamado grill. This is a Sapphire. So once I get it heated, I will use this deflector. It's just a homemade deflector. I'll put it in and just allow the smoke to go around it, and I'll try to keep this at as low as possible, at least below 200 degrees. And I'll show you guys how that goes. So I've got the smoke chips layered. I'm putting these bricks on top of the nest, and then I'm going to put the deflector plate on top of the bricks. This will allow the smoke to escape around the edges and allow our sausage to obtain a great smoke flavor. $170 degrees. They're looking nice. Good mahogany color. It won't be long. And that's some more links that I've got in my electric smoker. And I'm using the whiskey barrel smoking chips. That gives it a good flavor. Got my temperature probe here. So when they're ready, I'll be glad to try them. Very impressed with the Sapphire grill. It's been able to maintain below 200 degrees for 7 hours now. And I've had some good smoke put on my sausage. That is all I had to open the vent. Not even a finger width.
So we now have jerky sticks and some of our sausage, the hog casing sausage, in a water bag with some ice on top of it. And we'll be trying it here in just a few moments.
We're gonna cut some. Okay, so now it's time to sample our deer sausage. This is the collagen casing. I did not open up a regular hog casing. The flavor should be the same. You can see it cut real. Ooh, look at that! Look at the cheese and look at the jalapenos. Yeah. You want to try the first piece? I wanted the piece with the largest jalapeno in it anyway.
The sausage has a good bite.
Mm-hmm.
It's real cheesy. Next year, I think I would like to add more brown sugar, make it a little sweeter, maybe add in some pineapples, give it a little cheesy pineapple taste.
Yeah, it is definitely have some spice to it, but I like it. I mean, I want to do it again next year. That's been my favorite. That's better than the snack sticks. If you want to watch our other video of our snack sticks, feel free to do so. Like and subscribe.
And keep in mind, our snack sticks do not have the jalapenos or the cheese. They're strictly the Cajun jerky mix.
Yeah, we use the backwoods Cajun seasoned 4-hour snack sticks.
Give me another piece of that. That's really good,
Oh, you want another piece? All right. Well, if you like this video, please like it and subscribe. And also, check us out online, www.berrybluewinery.com. If you ever have issues with your sealer not sealing properly when you're vacuum sealing your sausage, it could be due to the fat that is being pulled up through the vacuum. So what we've learned to do is take a paper towel and put on the very top, and that allows it to soak up the fat and allows the sealer to seal. I hope you've liked this tip. Thank you for watching.